The hashtag free VDM. Rufai, all loud, go. What is going on with the EFCC at this point?
Let me go back historically. Yesterday I was watching a documentary of Stalin, Russia, where people that didn't align were taken, were sent up to gulags, were sent up to concentration places. And I also remember the history of the Gestapo. The way and manner the EFCC or multi-agency I'm now hearing for my investigation, the VDM, was a Gestaporic style, and it's an aberration in a democracy. If you claim that you have petitions written against him, it is not you that you are the judge, executioner, and everything in the case. You let him have his day in courts. Today you have violated his rights. You've kept him on there, and then some people will come and quote Akja. You've kept him on there for all these hours, passing the threshold of keeping people before you charge him to court. Till today we've not had an official message out by the EFCC, which from my investigation I discovered that it's a joint security body thing. Yes. It's not only the EFCC. And you were taken in that manner, blindfolded, pushed into a car in a Gestaporic style. We want to believe Nigeria is a democracy, but we don't believe so sometimes. We want to believe that the days of Abacha is long over, but we don't believe so sometimes. Because those days of Abacha was the days of rage in this country, where you watch what you said. But we don't believe so because of what is happening in this country as we speak. Like Africa, China, they reach my way, not wasting money. They're not going to see him face for crime fighter. If you have petition written against the man, call the man forward, come and accept his petition. Why arresting him in that style? Until today, after many hours, the EFCC nor any government agency have not issued a statement.
Yes, we've reached out to them. We have a right to hear from them.
I have also reached out to the people I know in the EFCC. Yes. They've not issued a statement today.
Issued a statement till now.
So it is a very sad one for Nigeria. And the question is VDM to deal? Who is next? When are they going to do right? This is a country. We see how people violate the law and they move off. It's in this country we had Yaya Bello that could resist arrest. We are not saying please don't investigate him based on petitions written. All we are saying is do it in a clean way.
That's it.
And let the rule of law take its course. Let him have his day in court.
All right, moving by. In the wake of all that drama, an old video of the late Afrobeat legend Fela Anikulapo Kuti during a tour with his Africa 70 band in Berlin in 1978, where he told the audience about what happens when you speak the truth, has gone viral. Let's take a look.
When you are revolutionary and you talk the truth, people will come and slap you down. Then you talk the truth again, they lock you in jail. Then when you are very strong and you talk again, they may kill you. They may even burn your house down, like they burnt my house down at home. Now, when they burn my house finish, some friends who are very Africans know they're very afraid of life. Hey fella, yourself, don't talk the truth again. You see, they come and tell you not to say the truth again. Then I tell them, I say, they never hear anything at all. Then go hear pansa pansa. Pansa pansa means they will hear more and more and more until they can hear no more, because the truth can never die.
The late Afrobeat legend, the truth can never die. You always know that he spoke truth to power, and we're seeing that the very dark man also was following in his footsteps.
Absolutely. Now, I mean, it's also important to put some historical context to what was happening in Berlin in
Yes.
1978,
yes.
Because we know that that's before the fall of the Berlin Wall,
Yes.
and it was at the height of the Cold War, when there were tensions between the East and the West,
Yes.
communism, anti-communism, and so forth. It was a massive time, definitive moment
Yes.
in the global world order. So for him to go and perform, and especially what he was saying at the time, as much as it is revolutionary now, at that point it was even more revolutionary. And it just reminds us of why it's important to have advocates, to have revolutionaries, to have people who don't fit into conformity, but are bold enough to call a spade whenever they see it as such, because it's not always the easy thing to do. So to see Fela doing that, and to now see that sadly, this message resonates with so many people today, is an indictment on where we are going. It's an indictment on when we are going, because we're supposed to look at this historically and say, look how far we've come. It shouldn't be almost nostalgic and say, oh my goodness, you know, different day, different trouble, I think is what they say. Also the fact that as much as they say history doesn't repeat itself, history rhymes. So I think it's an important time for us to reflect. Yesterday was World Press Freedom Day, and again there was some scathing comments that were made by Sarah, by some of the civil society organizations against what is currently happening. They're saying that press freedom is not what we're enjoying here in Nigeria at the moment. And now just to tie it all up, before you move on to your next story, we can't forget Very Dark Man's mother.
Yes.
Because her whereabouts are also still not confirmed. And even if he has something to answer for, I can't imagine why we would keep an elderly woman in custody for this long, because I don't believe she is the subject of any investigation.
Well, I doubt that they arrested her.
They say that her whereabouts is not
that was over the weekend.
Have they found her? Because
I think even there was one of his brother that was at the scene. He has also been brought back, and in fact even granted an interview.
Back as well.
Yeah, so I don't think there's any.
So I wanted to be sure about that.
Yes, and thank you for highlighting that. Actually, Femi Akinsoya.